I'm sitting with Janice, an animal rescuer from Sullivan, Maine. All around us, the sounds of cars going by and trucks and machinery. I met Janice in a doctor's office nearby. We're sitting outside that office now. Janice, tell me about your experience, just in general at first, with the animals that you had.
My husband and I were both involved with a nonprofit organization that rescued and fostered animals. We had a no-kill policy. We did everything from operating a thrift store to fund our rescue activities to opening up a low-cost spay-neuter clinic with the approval of local vets in the area.
Were the animals in your home?
Yes.
Tell me about those animals.
They were each one individual, of course. Anybody that rescues animals knows sometimes it's hard for them to fit in with a group. Sometimes it's hard for the person who's fostering the animal to realize that a rescue animal is not often the perfect animal they envision. So you have to be really flexible, and you have to keep your own personality in check when you're working with a lot of different people, because there are a lot of different people involved, from the people like my husband and I who actually picked up the animals that needed to be rescued and transported them to the vets or the potential foster homes. So there's a lot going on all the time. Some of the dogs we've had were just frightened of their own shadows. The rewarding part is to see a rescued animal relax and start to be integrated into your home and to enjoy the sweetness of life, as an animal.
Does a particular animal come to mind? You probably have taken in so many.
My current animal, it took me 2 years to rescue him. His name is Mosby the Gray Ghost. He's at least 15. He was living outside, and the minute he got into the house, he jumped into my husband's lap and heaved this giant sigh of relief. And he's been like a postage stamp to my husband ever since.
Ah, they know.
They know where they belong. Some of the more rewarding things that we did would be to help people build yards where their cats could go in and out of the house and still get some fresh air but still be safe. In addition to the traditional veterinary medicine, we used alternative methods. We had a homeopathic vet as well as a traditional vet, and we also used Bach flower remedies. So when the animals would come out, we would try to wake them up after surgery, after the spay and neuter, so we could check them out before they went home. One place had, I can't remember how many, maybe up to as many as 30 birds, and they were neglected. We had to even protect ourselves with masks, and we were able to take them out, and they just bloomed. Some of them had lost all their feathers. They were so stressed. And so we were able to, with the help of our neighborhood vet, find placement for them, and they regained their health. So
It's wonderful that you were able to do that.
But we were a really dedicated group, and we had a board of directors, five people on the board of directors, and we were a working board. We went out and did the hands-on stuff.
Birds are often a forgotten category, and their needs are so specialized.
They are.
And so people don't understand sometimes why they act the way they do.
Mm-hmm. We specialized in people that had to go into nursing homes and couldn't keep their animals anymore, or even died and had, their family couldn't care for the animals. So we sometimes placed animals in assisted living foster homes, and then we would take care of the yearly checkup, and we would provide the food and everything. So there's a lot of ways it can work.
And it can work also just person to person. If you can't do it, you can support someone who can. Sponsor an animal for life in someone else's home, for example.
Yes, that's a great idea. do this, there's no question that you're going to be rewarded from the animal. I mean, you can just tell from the animals. I would say try it. Sometimes if you already have an animal, it's really good for the other animal to have a friend and a playmate, especially if you're working and you're away from your house. You know, your animals get bored. The organizations and people that are doing this, they have tried and true methods to help you. And so there's not a lot of trial and error. A lot of times it'll take the first time, and it'll be a successful placement. We don't like to think that the animal's going to come back, but I'm sure that they would work with you if there is some kind of problem. There's always another one that needs attention, so
Right.
there's always something to do.
Well, thank you, Janice.
You're welcome.
My name is Maggie Davis. I make videos and podcasts on behalf of animals in need. Maggie S. as in Sam Davis at gmail.com, 207-266-7673. This has been an Open Wide the Door video presentation.